How's everybody doing? Welcome back to Asshat Podcast. Now this is from West Hampton House Publishers. This is Gods and Tulips. It was a $3 comics. Neil Gaiman on writing, signings, and selling good comics. This is one of those, I've mentioned this comic shop before, Lens Comics. He would always, most weeks, especially if I didn't have a lot coming in, because a lot of the stuff I got did not come out on a regular schedule. I did a lot of indie books, so some weeks there'd be one or two comics, one thing, sometimes there'd be a lot. There wasn't a lot in my box. He'd pick a comic at random, throw it in there, be like, here, take it home, read it. If you enjoy it, all I ask is you come back in, next time you come in, pay me for the comic. And if there's an issue, next time an issue comes out, buy the next issue. If you don't enjoy it, just keep it. He did this for a lot of this bigger, higher profile customers in there a lot. And this is one he threw in. Now what this is this is published by, there's ways to raise money for the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund. Good comics and why you should sell them, in which Mr. Gaiman discusses the tulip boom and bust in 16th century Holland, its relationship to comics, and a possible solution for the depression in comics trade. On signings, in which Mr. Gaiman discusses reasons for a comic shop to host a creator signing, the best way to hold such a sign, and pitfalls are the same. Writing the pro/con speech, in which Mr. Gaiman instructs readers on the differences among different media vis-a-vis writing, as well as advising readers on writing for comics in particular. This is just a bunch of different speeches given by Neil Gaiman that have been transcribed. Like this one, this is about the tulip boom in Holland. One tulip bulb sold for 12 acres of prime building land in Holland, and another sold for 4,600 florins, which is about $100,000 in modern money. And this is at the Diamond Comics Distributors 10th annual retailer summit. Neil Gaiman gave the following speech: the year was 1993, and the world of comics was at a height of unprecedented boom, a year away from diving into a recession that has yet to truly recover from. Gaiman's speech was a warning of problems to come and a suggestion for a way out. He tells us that he did not come to play Cassandra, but in some ways that's just what he did. Like Cassandra, his warnings were mostly ignored, and his direst prediction came through. Gaiman didn't quite have it as bad as Cassandra. He wasn't taken as war booty by a Greek king and subsequently murdered by the queen. At least not yet. His advice on Weathering the Storm is true today as it was 6 years ago. Really good little article about how, I like this. Personally, I think any comic shop that sells multiple copies of the same comic to any child under, say, 16, because the child has somehow been given an impression that he or she has been handed a license to print money, should, if nothing else, get the child to read a form explaining that comic values can go down as well as up and require to be signed by parent or guardian. I think any organization or store that pushes comics and invests in items is best short-sighted and foolish, and worse, immoral and dumb. You can sell lots of the same comic to the same person, especially if you tell them they're investing money for high guaranteed returns, but you're selling bubbles and tulips. One day the bubble will burst and tulips will rot in the warehouse. I'm saying the same shit right now about the Funko Pops. Don't go out unless it's something that's really, don't spend a pile of money on these things. They're hot right now. Given it a few years, they're not going to be worth shit. Anybody remember the Mighty Mugs from like about 10 years ago? They were hot as hell for a while. Now they ain't worth jack. Hell, I got a Funko Pop that's in package sells for like $300. Out of package sells for like $70. I paid $1.50 for it in package. They're not as rare as people think they are. Oh, some mini comics. Okay. Self-indulgent comics and self-indulgent comics from Colin Upton. On site, this is a cool little one about things you do for signing a comic shop. I like these. Jim Lee might appreciate a little help with the 13-year-old young lady who seems to be offering him unspecified sexual favors. And I like this. Here's a spare key to Jim's hotel room. Just really good common sense advice. I'd especially like to mention a store in Connecticut where I sat undisturbed for an hour, save for the presence of a bright 14-year-old with 5 copies of Miracle Man number 17 who wanted to know by exactly how much my signing the comics would raise its value. But you see, if I sign it, it won't be in mint condition anymore. Well, that's true. Signed comics are not mint condition anymore. Writing. I don't know what this artwork's from. I forgot I even had this. I just found this the other day. A lot of writing. And then we get Christopher Oa. And some out the comic book legal defense. Neil Gaiman, Michael Kaluta, Chester Brown, Chris Shadowian. Special thanks. And we get the Frank Miller. Good girl, just one more and you'll be safe. Great, great, great t-shirt there. And this is, there you got some more. I got Monica's story. I have a few of these things here. I used to be a member of the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund. I'm not anymore. I just couldn't afford the dues after a while. There's Neil Gaiman signing. It's an interesting little book that I don't know anybody else that owns a copy. I don't know if this is rare. I don't think it probably has much value. It might. You never know. I mean, I can get a signed by Neil Gaiman because this copy ain't mint anymore. There you go. Gods and Tulips. If you enjoy well-written stuff about how the comic industry was basically fucking itself over in the early 90s, you got it right here. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, ba-boom, thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, all the other bullshit. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.